Hello friends, good evening. I welcome you all to Maths IPE classes by NEET World. Now let us continue our discussion on circles. In the yesterday's class we have done some very important questions pertaining to circles chapter, that is for SAQs. Now let us continue and do the remaining questions that are there for SAQs, and then we'll move on to the next chapter in the tomorrow's class. Okay, tomorrow we'll be doing system of circles. Today we'll be completing with circles chapter pertaining to SAQs. Clear? And after this immediately we'll be having one more session of what is that? We'll be having permutation and combinations of 2A, Maths 2A. Now we'll be doing Maths 2B. Okay, let us start friends. When you talk about circles, what is the page number? The page number that is there is 80, I think 39. First let me check if I am audible. What is the page number? The page number that is Maths 2B that are there for yeah, perfect. Circles. What is the page number? The page okay. Now let us see, where is it? Circles. Okay, this is circles. Such questions we have already done in yesterday's class. Now let us do some important questions. The question that we have is, this is not in the booklet but this is important, so let's solve this question. So the fourth question this is we are having. So they are telling, find the equation of tangents. Find the equation of, not tangent, it is tangent. Find the equation of tangents. Find the equation of tangents to the circle. To the circle. The circle is given. To the circle x square plus y square. X square plus y square minus 4x plus 6y minus 12 is equal to 0. Okay. And parallel to the line. Okay. And parallel to the line. And parallel to the line, x plus y minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, this is what is given friends. Okay, what they have given, find the equation of tangents they are asking to the circle. Circle equation is given, and that equation of tangent, which is equation of tangent to the circle, and it which is parallel to the line. The line is what? X plus y minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, now let us solve this friend. Let us write the solution. Okay. Let us write the solution. But before this, first of all, we have to draw the figure. Then only we will think that we have understood the question. If you are not able to draw the figure, that means what? You are not able to what? Make sense of the question. So first of all, you have to do what? You have to come up with a figure for such type of questions. So see here what we are having. There is a circle. Let it be s is equal to 0 be the circle. Okay, they are telling equation of tangents to the circle. They are telling two equations. That means what? Equation of tangent. There will be two tangents. Okay, let there be two tangents. See here, two tangents. Let this be two tangents. See here. Let this be L1, L2. These to be lines. Okay, these to be the lines. Okay, find the equation of tangents to the circle. This circle and parallel to the line. These tangents should be parallel to one of the line. The line that is given. Okay, let this be line M. Okay, let this be line M. Okay, or let us take it as line L. Let us take it as line L. Okay, line L. Okay, let this line be what? X plus y minus 8 is equal to 0. Not let this be, they have given this line to be x plus y minus 8 is equal to 0. Definitely the circle will have some center. Okay, from here let us draw a perpendicular. Let us draw a perpendicular. Let this be point P. Now observe here. Okay, observe here, this distance from the center to P. This is definitely radius, and this is also the perpendicular distance. Okay, so we will take what? Radius of the circle is equal to d. That is, d is perpendicular distance from center to this point P or to the line L1. Okay, let the equation of line L1 be, we will write it as x plus y plus k is equal to 0. X plus y plus k is equal to 0. Let us write it like this. Now, okay, let us write it like this. Now, see here, this is what? Equation of tangent. Okay, one of the tangent we wrote it. Okay, now let us do the solution here. Now let us start with this. Now we will write here given after the figure. Let us start. Given circle is what? Given circle is x square plus y square minus 4x plus 6y minus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, let us write this as s. Let us write this as x. Okay, let us write this as s. Correct now? We will write this as yes. What will write it? We will write it as S. And what about the line that is given? We should write the line also. Very important. We have to write the line also. You have to write the line also. Okay. What is the line that is given, friends? And the line is what is it? X plus y minus 8 is equal to 0. Now for circle S is equal to 0. For circle, okay, for circle S is equal to 0. S is equal to 0. Let us find the center, or let us find what is this? We have to find radius also. Correct, na? Let us write this as what? 2g and 2f. Okay, 2g is equal to what we are having? Look at this. If you compare this equation with x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. 2g is equal to what, friend? 2g is equal to minus 4. That implies what? G is equal to minus 2. Now, if I write 2f is equal to what, friends? 2f is equal to what? It is 6. That means what? F is equal to 6 by 2. That is 3. Okay, this is what we are having. Now, C is what? C is given to be, okay, minus 12. C is given to be minus 12. C is given to be minus 12. Now, center, okay, center is given by what? Center is given by minus G comma minus F. Okay, that implies C is given by this capital C. This is small c constant. Okay, capital C is given by what is this? It is given by minus C comma minus F means 2 comma minus 3. This is what we will have it. Okay, let us write this as x1 y1. I will tell you why. Okay, x1 y1. This is what we are having. Now see here. Okay, now here what we will write it? Here distance from center, perpendicular distance from center, from center C, what is it? 2 comma minus 3 to line L1 is equal to radius of circle is equal to radius of circle. Why? The reason is therefore L1 is tangent to circle. Okay, L1 is tangent to circle. Why? Circle S1 is equal to 0. It is what? It is given. They have only given it. This is the reason. You have to definitely write the reason. This is the reason. Okay. So first what we wrote? Okay, given circle we wrote and given line is written. Then 2G, 2F and C we wrote. We got the center. Okay, we got the center, and then here the distance from the perpendicular distance from the center to the line L1 is equal to the radius of the circle. Why? The reason is L1 is what? L1 is tangent to the circle. Because L1 is tangent to the circle. How we know it is tangent? Because they have only given it is tangent. Okay, here we have to write it. Okay, here we have to write it. Here we have to write what? Here let L1 and L2 be tangent to circle S1 is equal to 0 and parallel to what is it? Line. Let me write it here. Parallel to line. Okay, what is it? Line L. Parallel to line L is equal to what is it? X plus y minus 8 is equal to 0. It is parallel to this line. What is it? We have to take, let L1 and L2 be the tangents to the circle S is equal to 0 and parallel to what? Line L is equal to x plus y minus 8 is equal to 0. Now we have to find the equation of tangents, correct? Now let us take this here. Now, okay, now let us take, let equation of tangent be, of the form, we can write of the form, okay, of the form, what is it? X plus y plus k is equal to 0. Let this be equation 1. X plus y plus k is equal to 0. That is what we have written here. Figure is very important in this question. See here, that is what I have written here. Understand this? So that is what I have written here. X plus y plus k is equal to 0. That is what I have written. We have to find the value of k. For that, first let us find out radius. Okay. Now you would write. See, you would write each and every step in detail. You would write the reason everywhere. Okay. Then only you will get full marks. So see here. Now radius. R is equal to, write the formula, g square plus f square minus c. Don't write directly, write the formula, it carries marks. R is equal to, what is it? G square is what, friend? G is what first? G is minus 2, f is 3. Okay, so this will be what? This will be 2 square means, I can write it 2 square here. 2 square plus, what is this I have? Minus 2 square plus 3 square minus c. Minus c means, see here, what is the value of c? C value is minus 12. So this will become what? Minus 12, correct? So R will become what? R is equal to So 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, minus into minus is 12. Okay, minus into minus is 12. I will get what? R is equal to 25, square root of 25. R is equal to 5. I will get it as what? Radius is equal to 5. Now, perpendicular distance from center, perpendicular distance D from center to line L1 is given by what? Is given by to line L1. Is it given to line L1? Is given by what? Is given by what? Is given by, okay, D is equal to AX1 plus BY1 plus C divided by square root of A square plus B square. Within this, everything within this modulus, you have to write it. Now see here, now x1 y1 is what? I told you already. X1 y1 is what? It is nothing but the center value. So I'll write it as what here? Here we should write it here. X1 is equal to, what is it we have? X1 is equal to 2. Okay, x1 is equal to 2 and y1 is equal to minus 3. You got to write it like this each and every step. And here I can write what? Here what is the value of this one? Here A is equal to what? B is equal to what? Write down. C is equal to what? Write down. Okay, A is equal to what? Line L1 is what, friends? Line L1 we took it as what? Line L1 we took it as, what is it? X plus, this is what? L1 we took it as x plus y plus k is equal to 0. Okay, x plus y plus k is equal to 0. We took it as what? Okay, here line L1 is equal to x plus y plus k is equal to 0. We took it. Okay, so here ax1 plus by1 plus, what is it? K. Correct now? So A is what here? 1. B is what here? 1. C is what here? K. That's all. Put the values here in this equation. So D will be equal to what? Ax1. A is what? 1. Okay. X1 is what? 2. Plus y1 is what? Minus 3. Okay. Plus C. C is what? Plus what, friends? K. Divided by square root of a square plus b square. That is 1 square plus 1 square. Okay. Is given by this one. And this one is equal to, this one is what? And is equal to radius of circle. This entire thing, see, is given by this one. Okay. So here let us write it here. Okay. Here let us write it here. Here D is equal to radius of circle. Okay. D is equal to radius of circle. Okay. Therefore what I can write here? Next page. Therefore R is equal to D. Okay. Or D is equal to R. Let me write it as D is equal to R. So what I will get, friends? D is equal to R. So D value is what? D value is what? See, let me write this as equation. Equation 2. Okay, equation 2. 2 minus 3 plus k. Or I can write it as k minus 1. So modulus of k minus 1 by square root of 1 square plus 1 square is square root of 2. Okay, is equal to R. R is what? 5. Okay, therefore what I can say? Therefore using 2. Now what will happen if I remove the modulus? K minus 1 is there. If I remove the modulus, what will happen? So this I can write as k minus 1. Okay, if I remove the modulus, this will become what? Plus or minus 5. Now I'll write it as what? K minus 1 by root 2 is equal to 5. Another thing I'll write as k minus 1 by root 2 is equal to minus 5. This is what I'll have. K minus 1 by root 2 is equal to 5. K minus 1 by root 2 is equal to minus 5. This is what I'll have. So this will be what? K minus 1 is equal to 5 root 2. This will be k minus 1 is equal to minus 5 root 2. So k will be equal to what, friends? 5 root 2 plus 1. This here it will be what? Here it will be k value will be equal to what? K value will be equal to minus 5 root 2 plus 1. This is what I'll have. Okay. Now put the values of k in equation 1. Okay. Put the values of k in equation 1. Okay. In equation 1 we get L1 is equal to x plus y plus one value of k we will take it, that is plus 5 root 2 plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. L2 is equal to x plus y plus, what is this? Minus 5 root 2 plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. They are the required equation of tangents. This is the final thing we will write it, friends. Are the required equation of tangents. This is the final thing that we would be writing. Are the required equation of tangents. This is the final thing that we will be writing, friends. Clear? This is how you got to solve this question. Each and every step I have explained in detail. Okay. Each and every step I have explained in detail, the reason, everything. Okay. Clear, friends? This is how you got to solve this question. Let us move to the next question, which is involving the concept of pole. Okay. And conjugates, all these things. Okay. So let us move to the next question. This question is there in the booklet. Okay. So fifth question. they are telling find the pole of the line, find the pole of the line, okay, find the pole of the line 3x plus 4y minus 45 is equal to 0, okay. What is it? With respect to the circle, what is it? X square plus y square minus 6x minus 8y plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, this is the question, friends. But before solving the question, let me explain to you what is pole. You should know what is pole. Now, let this be the circle. Okay, let this point be P x1 y1. Let this point be P x1 y1. Suppose, assuming that this point P is the pole, that means what? What does it mean? Pole means what? Suppose you are drawing lines that is cutting the circle like this. Okay, you are drawing lines that is cutting the circle like this. Okay, you are drawing any number of lines like this, cutting the circle like this. Okay, what happens at this point where it is cutting? See here, at this point where it is cutting. See here, at this point where it is cutting. 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 Okay, see here. Suppose let us take these 2 points. From these 2 points, you draw a line like this, join like this. That means what? This point and this point are tangents to the circle. This is the tangent to the circle, and they meet at this point. These 2 tangents meet at this point. And similarly, I will take it like this. These 2 tangents meet at this point. Okay, so it should be like this. It should be coming out of the circle. Correct? No? So if I am drawing like this, suppose it is coming like here. Okay, if it is coming like here. Okay, this is also tangent to the circle. Now similarly, if I draw this line also, you will get 2 tangents. Okay, which is meeting at each other. Okay, so now you will get points like this. Okay, this point. Okay, this point is called what? This point is called. Okay, this point is called what? This point is called polar of P. This point is called what? Polar of P. This point is called what? Polar of P. Like this, you will get line like this. Okay, like this, you will get a line. Okay, like this, you will get a line. Now let us take one more thing. Like this, you will get a line. Suppose there is another point qx comma y. There is another point. Okay, then qx comma y, there is another point. Then suppose I say that this is also a polar. Okay, this is also a polar. Okay, this is also a pole. This is also a pole. If I say, then you will draw lines like this which will intersect, and this point P. Okay, this point P, if I join like this, you will get, if I draw like this, you will get polar like this here. Okay, and you will join like this, and you will get point P here. Point will be here. Okay, this from this point Q, if you join polars like this, if I join like this, okay, if I cut the circle like this, okay, I will get a polar line here also. Then Q is on the polar of P and P is on the polar of Q. Then what will happen? See here, observe carefully. Let me put it in red line. See, this is one line. Okay, and this is one line. Okay, this red line, let me write this as L1, let this be L2. This L1 is called polar of P. Okay, this L1 is called polar of P. Okay, L2 is called polar of Q. Okay, so when polar of P, L1 on that Q is there, and polar of Q, L2 on that P is there, then we say that line L1 and L2 are polar, pole P1 and Q, P and Q are line L1 and L2 are conjugates of each other. Then we call it as what? Then we call it as they are conjugates of each other. That is the meaning of it, friends. That is the meaning of it. Now, having said this, let us solve this question. So, solution. Okay. Now we will write what? The given circle. The given circle is what? Is S is equal to x square plus y square minus 6x minus 8y plus 5 is equal to 0. Actually they will ask conjugates. They will give that the 2 lines are conjugates of each other. They will give some condition. They will ask you to find something. Okay, find the value of k, something like that. Okay, that we will see in the next question. Okay, what about the condition for conjugates? I will write it in the next question. Clear? Now let us solve this question. So x square plus y square minus 6x minus 8y plus y is equal to 0, and the pole. Okay, the pole of line and the pole of line, this is given by what? Suppose this circle is S is equal to 0. Okay, this pole is given by S1 is equal to 0. This pole is given by S1 is equal to 0. S1 means what, friends? X into x1 plus y into y1 plus x plus x1 plus what is it? Y plus y1 plus c is equal to 0. So, and the pole of the line 3x plus 4y minus 45 is equal to 0 is given by what is it? S1 is equal to 0 is given by S1 is equal to 0. Okay, the pole of the line. Okay, S1 is equal to 0. Let P x1 y1 be the pole, be the polar. Okay, be the polar of, okay, be the polar of P. Okay, be the polar of, be the pole. Okay, let us write it as pole, be the pole. Okay, then polar of P, the polar of, we should write it as this polar of line, right? The line will have polar. See, this I should write it as what? It's not pole. And the polar of line, we should write it as polar. See, line is called polar, point is called pole. From the point that is pole, you will get polar. That polar is what? Line. The polar of line, this is given by S1 is equal to 0. Let P, this polar you will get from what? This point P. This point P is what? Pole. So let P1 x1 P x of y1 be the pole. Here what we have to find? Pole. So while finding the pole, we will also find out the polar. So P means what? x1 y1, that is pole. The point is the pole and the polar is the line. Okay. So from the pole you will get the polar, that is line. Here we have to find the value of x1 y1. That's it. Okay. Now see here, what is that will have is of the pole, be the pole. S1 is equal to 0. So that means what? I can write it as, okay, S1 is equal to 0. Then what we'll have? Therefore we'll have what? X into x1. Okay, this one for this circle. Okay, y into y1. Okay, here x plus x1 by 2. So that means what? Minus 3 into x plus x1. Okay, minus 4 into y plus y1. Y plus y1 plus 5 is equal to 0. Let this be equation 1. Plus 5 is equal to 0. Let this be equation 1. Now let us simplify this. This implies x into x1. Okay, what I can write? Minus 3x minus 3x1 plus y into y1. Write all the y's and x together. Okay, y into y1. Okay, minus 4y minus 4y1 plus 5 is equal to 0. Plus 5 is equal to 0. Write the coefficients of x together. Write the coefficients of x together. Coefficient of x is what here? Here this I can write it as what? X is x into what I can write? This is x1 minus 3. x1 minus 3. Here coefficient of y I can write it as what? Coefficient of y I can write it as what? Coefficient of y I can write it as, this is what? y1 minus 4. y1 plus y1 minus 4 into y plus y1 minus 4 into y. So what is done? So we are already done with this one. See here, this is done, this is done. Okay, what about this? This is done and this is done. Now we are left with what? We are left with minus 3x1. Okay, minus 4y1. See here, this is what? Minus 3x1 minus 4y1 minus 3x1 minus 4y1 plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, minus plus 5 is equal to 0. Now let us write this equation again in the next page. Okay, now what we are having? This implies what we are having? What we are having? For x1 minus 3 into x. x1 minus 3 into x plus what we are having, friends? We are having y1 minus 4 into y. y1 minus 4. y1 minus 4 into y. Then the constants. The constants are what? Minus 3x1 minus 4y1 plus 5. Minus 3x1 minus 4y1 plus 5 is equal to 0. Let this be equation 2. Okay. Now the given line is what? The given line. Okay. The given line is 3x plus 4y minus 45 is equal to 0. The given line is what? The given line is 3x plus 4y minus 45 is equal to 0. Minus 45 is equal to 0. Minus 45 is equal to 0. This is what we are having, friends. Let this be equation 2. Let this be equation 3. Let this be equation 3. This is what we are having. Let this be equation 3. Now on comparing the coefficients. Now we have to do what? We have to compare the coefficients. Now we have to do what? We have to compare the coefficients. Now we have to compare the coefficients. Okay. Now we have to compare the coefficients, friends. Now we have to do what? We have to compare the coefficients. On comparing equation 2 and 3, we get what? We get what? First we will write coefficients of this. First we will write this one. x1 minus 3 is what? Coefficient of x. Here coefficient of x is what? 3 will be equal to, let me write it as y1 minus 4. Okay, y1 minus 4. We should write it as what? So observe here, very important step this is. Okay, we will write what? We will equate the coefficients. Okay, or we will take the ratio of the coefficients of equation 2 and 3. Okay, equation 2 and 3. This will become what, friends? y1 minus 4 divided by what? y1 minus 4 divided by 4. Okay, would be equal to the constant. The constant value is what here? The constant value is minus 3x1 minus 4y1 plus 5 divided by what is the constant value here? Minus 45. Say let it be k. Okay, say let it be equal to k. Say let it be equal to k. Now let us write it as what? x1 minus 3 by 3 will be equal to k. Now we will equate each of things for 4. Each of these things for what? K. y1 minus 4 by 4 is equal to k. Let us write this as what? Minus 3x1 minus 4y1 plus 5 by minus 45 is equal to k. Let us write it like this. Clear? Let us write it like this. Let us write it like this. I hope it is clear till here. Now what we will do is, observe carefully. Now what we will be doing is, we will equate x1 by 3. Okay, x1 by 3, x1 minus 3 by 3 is equal to k, and we will find out. See, we will find out the value of x1. So we will equate this one to this, we will equate this one to k, and we will find out the value of x1 and y1 in terms of what? In terms of k. In terms of k, we will find out. In terms of k, we will find out. Clear? Now see here. Who is this? Just a minute, friends. See, this will become what, friends? x1 minus 3. If I equate this, will become 3k. This will become what? x1 will be equal to 3k plus 3. Now here, what will happen to y1? y1 minus 4 is equal to 4k. So what will happen to this? y1 is equal to 4k plus 4. Now we will put the value of x1, y1 in this equation. So this will become what? Minus 3 into what is this? 3k plus 3. This is what? Put the value of y1 here. Okay, what you got? y1 value 4k plus 4. Put it the, what is this? 4k plus 4 in y1. Okay, 4k plus 4 plus 5 divided by what is it? 45, minus 45. Instead of writing it, I can write it here, minus 45k. Minus 45k. Now we have to solve this to get the value of what? To get the value of k. To get the value of k. This will be what? Minus 9k. Okay, minus 9, minus 9k minus 9, minus 16k plus minus 16, minus 16k minus 16, right? Minus 16k minus 16. Okay, plus 45 plus 45 will become 45k plus 5 is equal to 0. Correct. Now let us solve this. Now let us solve this. Observe carefully. Now let us solve this. Okay. So this implies, I can write it here. This implies. Okay. Minus 9 minus 16 is minus 25. Okay. Minus 25. Minus 25 plus 5 is plus minus 20. Okay. So minus 9 minus 16 is minus 25. Minus 25 plus 5 is minus 20. We are having what? Plus minus 20. We are having minus 20. What about k value? Minus 9k minus 16k is minus 25k. Minus 25k plus 45k is what? Minus 25k plus 45k is what? 45k minus 25k is 20k. Okay, 20k is equal to 0. So we will have what? 20k is equal to 20. This implies what? K is equal to 20 by 20. So we will get the value of this implies k is equal to what? 20 will cancel. I'll get k value is what? 1. I'll get k value as what? 1. Now I'll get the value of x1 as what? x1 is nothing but equal to what? Therefore x1 is what? x1 is equal to 3k plus 3. 3k plus 3. So x1 is equal to what? 3 into 1 is 3 only. 3 plus 3. So that is x1 is equal to 3 plus 3 6. Similarly, what about y1? y1 is equal to 4k plus 4. 4k plus 4. Okay, k is equal to what? 1. So that means y1 will become what? 4 into 1 is 4. 4 plus 4. So y1 is equal to what? 4 plus 4 8. Therefore the pole of the given line, the pole of the given line, the pole of the given line, okay, the pole of the given line is P. Okay, x1 y1 will be equal to what is it? What is it? P x1 y1 will be equal to what is it? It is nothing but equal to 6 comma 8. It is nothing but equal to 6 comma 8. Okay, this is the final answer, friends. Put it in box. That's it. Clear? This is how you have to solve this question. Okay, this is about the pole. This is about the pole. Clear? This is about the pole they have given. This is about the pole they have given. Now let us move to the next question, friends, where they were asked about find the value of k. Okay, if the lines are conjugates. I told you what is conjugate, what is pole, everything. Now let us go to the next question. Okay, now see here. That is sixth question. Find the value of k. Find the value of k. Find the value of k if kx plus 3y, kx plus 3y minus 1 is equal to 0, and what is this, and 2x plus y, 2x plus y plus 5 is equal to 0, or conjugates with respect to the circle, what is it, x square plus y square, minus 2x minus 4y minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, minus 4 is equal to 0. This is the question, friends. Minus 4 is equal to 0. Clear? Minus 4 is equal to 0. Now the given lines are, first solution, what we have to do? Let us go directly to the solution. The given lines are, write down, the given lines are, okay, the given lines are, what is it? Okay, the given lines are kx plus 3y minus 1 is equal to 0, okay, and what is it, another line, that is 2x plus y plus 5 is equal to 0, okay, and they are of the form, okay, they are of the form, okay, L1x plus M1y plus n1 is equal to 0, and L2x plus M2y plus n2 is equal to 0. You have to write it like this, okay, and the given circle is, what, given circle, and the given circle is s is equal to, what is it, what is the given circle, x square plus y square minus 2x minus 4y, okay, minus 4 is equal to 0. Now here, okay, the conjugates, okay, find the value of k, okay, so since the given lines are conjugates, okay, we have what we have the condition, that is we have, okay, r square into L1 L2 plus M1 M2, r square into L1 L2 plus M1 M2 will be equal to what, r square into L1 L2 plus M1 M2 will be equal to what, friends? You have to write the condition, okay, r square into L1 L2 plus M1 M2 will be equal to what, friends? Will be equal to L1 M1 will be equal to, write it just like this, L1 M1, okay, n, okay, then what is it, plus L2 M2 n, okay, just write it like this, n1, this is n1, this is n2, okay, let me write it like this, let me write it neatly. So what we are having, L1 M1 correct now, so we have what is this, we are having, observe carefully, we are having r square into, please make a note of this condition, very important, plus M1 M2 is equal to, write down L1 M1 N1, here also write down L2 M2 N2, okay, this is what we are having, write down this N2. Now multiply this by G, multiply this by F, multiply this by G, multiply this by F, here it is minus, here it is minus, here it is plus, here it is plus, that's it friends, okay. That's it we are having. So this is the product, okay, so L1 M1 N1, L2 M2 N2, okay, G F, this is minus, that is the formula, friends, this is the formula you have to remember mandatorily, so this is the formula you have to remember mandatorily, so clear, this is what we have to remember. Now here in this question, here what is that we have, here 2g is equal to what, friends, in the given circle, 2g is what, 2g is equal to minus 2, that implies what, g is equal to what, g is equal to what, g is equal to minus 1, okay. Now what about 2f, 2f value is what here, 2f value is minus 4, that means f is equal to minus 2 we have, okay, minus 2 we have, okay. What about c value, is what, constant value is minus 4, now let us find out about L1, okay, L1 L2 M1 M2 will write down, okay, N1 N2, okay, N1 N2 is what, L1 is what, friends, L1 is what here, if we talk about L1 is nothing but k, okay, L2 is what, L2 is nothing but 2, okay, M1 is what, M1 is nothing but what, friends, M1 is nothing but 3, okay, M1 is nothing but 3, let me write it neatly, M1 is nothing but 3, M2 is what, friends, M2 is nothing but 1, so nothing means it is 1, m2 is nothing but 1. So n1 is what? Minus 1. Minus 1. N2 is what? This is, what is it? Plus 5. This is plus 5. N2 is 5. This is what we are having. Okay. Now let this be equation. Let this be equation 1. Therefore, equation 1 becomes, okay, but before that definitely we have to find the radius, correct na? They are asking in the formula there is radius. Okay, radius r is given by what? Radius r is equal to, okay, square root of g square plus f square minus c. That means what we have to do? G square is what? Minus 1 square plus f square is what? F square is minus 2 square minus c. Minus c is what? Minus 4. This is what we have. Now this will become what? R is equal to square root of 1 plus 4 minus into minus is plus 4. This will be 4 plus 4 8 plus 1 9. So that will be 3. So R is 3. So R is 3. This implies R square is what? R square is 9. Because in the formula we are having what? In the formula we are having R square. In the formula we are having R square. Now what we can do to this question? See here. Now we are having R square. Now what I can do it? See here. Observe carefully. Now R square is equal to 9. Now we have to put the values here. Now equation 1 becomes what? Equation 1 becomes what? Equation 1 becomes, therefore equation 1 becomes R square is what? Put the value, that is 9. Okay, L1 L2, L1 is what? L1 is what? K into 2, that is 2K plus M1 M2 is what? 3 into 1, that is 3 is equal to what? Is equal to, okay, L1 into G, L1 is what? L1 is K, G is what friends? Minus, okay, minus 1, minus K plus M1F, M1 is what? M1 is 3, so 3 into F, F is what? F is what? Minus 2, right? F is minus 2, 3 into 2 is minus 6, okay, minus 6, minus N1, N1 is what friends? N1 is minus 1, minus into minus is plus 1, okay, got it. Now, what we are having? We are having L2, L2 is what friends? L2 is 2, so 2 into G is what? G is what? G is minus 1, this is minus 2, okay, 2 into G is what? 2 into G is minus 2, okay, because G is minus 1, L2 is 2. Now, this is F into M2, F is minus 2, okay, F into M2 is minus 1. So C is what friends? Or N2 is what? 5. So this will become minus 5. Now what will this be? 9 into 2K, this will become what friends? Observe carefully. 9 into 2K is what? 18K plus 27 would be equal to, okay, minus K minus 5 is equal to what? Minus 7 minus 9, okay, minus 9. This is what I have. Otherwise here I could have written just like this. I would have kept as it is, I could have kept. So this will become what? 9 into 2K plus 3. Now this 9 and this 9 I can cancel. I'll have what? 2K plus 3 is equal to minus. If I multiply, this will become minus is there here. Okay. K plus, what is this? K plus 5. Okay. K plus 5 I'll have. So 2K minus K is equal to 5 minus 3. So 2K minus K is K. 5 minus 2 is 3 is 2. So okay. Therefore K is equal to, okay, is the required value, is the required value. So this is the final answer friends. So this is the final answer friends. Clear? This is how you got to solve this question. This is how you got to solve this question. Clear? K is equal to 2 is the final answer friends. This is how you got to solve this question friends. Clear? I hope it is clear to all of you when it comes to this question. Yeah. So this is the final answer friends. Clear? Yeah, got it. I am audible and I am visible clearly. Fine, that's nice. Okay. Clear? This is how you have to solve this question. So first thing is what? Conjugates. So they are telling conjugates means, see, observe here. Given lines are, write down the given lines. Okay. They are of the form L1x M1y plus N1 is equal to 0, L2x M2y plus N2 is equal to 0. Write down. And given circle you write down. Since the given lines are conjugates, we have this equation R square into L1 L2 plus M1 M2 will be equal to what? L1g plus M1f minus N1, okay, L2g plus M2f minus N2. Then, okay, find out the value of g and f from the given equation of the circle. You will find out you can compare, on comparing you will get the value of what? L1, L2, M1, M2, N1, N2. Okay, put the values in here. But before that you have to find the value of R. Okay, by finding the value of R, you can find out the value of R square. Then put the value, substituting it, you will get the value of K is equal to 2. Clear? This is how you got to solve this question. Okay, alright, I'll wind up now. Okay, I'll wind up now. In a short while, we'll start with another class, that is 2A, that is permutation and combination friends. Thank you. Take care.